Hey, what's going on? You know who it is, you know what it is. All right, you guys. I wanted to do a follow up to the Skip Bayless abruptly leaving ESPN. Following the conclusion of the NBA Finals. Now, keep in mind his contract isn't officially up till August, and he's leaving ESPN. I say the middle of June, depending on how long the NBA Finals last. Now, keep in mind, he's leaving almost a month and a half to 2 months before his contract is up. I don't know what part of August his contract is up, but you're still talking about pretty much a month and a half, 2 months, you know, before his contract ends. Now, um, I'm going to, put some pieces together in this puzzle, and it's more than meets the eye to this story with Skip Bayless leaving ESPN. I'm gonna tell you at the end of the video what I think really happened and what's going on with Skip Bayless at ESPN. Now, shout out to the homie Jeff from Dream Chasing Boxing. He has saw my videos regarding Skip Bayless leaving ESPN, his departure, and Stephen A. Smith, his future at ESPN, and what's going to go on with First Take after Skip Bayless leaves. Well, Jeff um, made me realize something that I had missed. Well, uh, Jeff has sent me a video that Stephen A. Smith, it was called Stephen A. Smith trying to get his black card back. I think you guys can find that video on YouTube still, because the link looked like the video came from YouTube. Now, this video was put out November of 2015, a few months ago. And somewhere in the video that Stephen A. Smith sort of hinted something about his job security or possible changes at ESPN. Now, was he referring to this thing with Skip Bayless? Possibly. Because see, I'm a union shop worker. You know, I'm in a union. I'm in the Teamsters union. I've been in the Teamsters for a while. So I done been through these contract negotiations damn near to the point to where you about to go on strike and all that type of shit. So I kind of seen how these things work out. Keep in mind was saying that Skip Bayless gonna receive a $4 million severance package. AKA buyout, whatever you want to call it. Now, you only receive severance packages when you either you know, get terminated from a job, or let's just say you work at some kind of job, and let's just say the job closes down the facility. If it's a union shop, it closes down, then you get a severance package, you know. So right there, that's a something to raise your eyebrow about. Now, also, it's reported that Skip Bayless is going to Fox Sports 1. Fox, period. It races as Fox. And to me, I think he belongs there. He'll be a perfect fit there. He'll fit in. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if ESPN just told Skip Bayless back in November that they wasn't gonna renew his contract. And I think they just allow Skip Bayless and his agents to seek work somewhere else, because apparently Skip Bayless already has a job in line. It's not like he has to go look for another job. Which, if ESPN did that, that's pretty cool. They gave him a chance to find somewhere else to work at, you know. And then keep in mind, He's leaving in June. Two months before his contract expires. He's leaving following the conclusion of the NBA Finals. You can stay till your contract is all the way up, but he's leaving 2 months or a month and a half before his contract is up. So that's sort of a red flag. You know, why wouldn't you just stay until August? So I guess apparently Skip Bayless is gonna, uh, you know, I guess for the next month and a half, I guess set up doing commercials, letting people know, preparing people, letting people know he's switching over to the network because they have to do that and stuff. But um, yeah, I'm just starting to think that maybe possibly ESPN told Skip Bayless that they weren't gonna renew his contract, and they let him go out and find somewhere else to work because it's sort of not making no sense, you know. And then I was looking at Stephen A. Smith's demeanor when they was talking about him leaving, and Stephen A. Smith knows something that they don't want us to know. So I don't know if they're gonna continue with First Take, but from what I see, from what I heard, they're gonna keep the show on. Now, does that mean they're gonna take Stephen A. Smith off of First Take? That remains to be seen. But from what I've seen, the show will continue. Now, who they're gonna replace Skip Bayless with, that's a video within itself, and I'll start doing videos after Skip Bayless leaves on who should replace Skip Bayless. I already have told you who I think would be a great addition to the show. Is either Jalen Rose or Ryan Clark. I think both of those dudes would be great for the show. I'm praying that it's not Michelle Beadle. Anybody but Michelle Beadle. So maybe Chris Broussard, he's a possibility, but I don't think they could have Chris Broussard on there full time because of his deep religious beliefs. So I don't see Chris Broussard being a candidate. But getting back to this Skip Bayless thing, you guys got to keep in mind Skip Bayless is in his 60s. He been doing this for a while. He been in this business like 40 years or almost 40 years. He been doing this a while. So it could be a possibility that ESPN thought Skip Bayless was getting a little long in the tooth and that they wanted to go, a different direction. They wanted somebody a little younger, a little fresher, somebody that's a little more closer and Stephen A. Smith age range, even though Stephen A. Smith is 48. But I guess they want possibly somebody in that, possibly they may want somebody in that 35 to 42 demographic. So somebody like Ryan Clark and Jalen Rose and Chris Broussard would fit perfectly in that demographic. And plus, they may want to they may go even younger. They may even want somebody in their, mid to late 20s. Because keep in mind, that's why they removed Regis Philbin from the show he was on with Regis and Kelly because they felt that he had got a little too old for that show. And they wanted a younger audience. That's why they kept Kelly Ripa on there. While she got to stay, and they wanted a younger demographic, and they may want that for ESPN. So we'll see what happens. But I'm starting to think that Skip Bayless was more not going to get his contract renewed, which pretty much means he was going to get fired. I'm doing the research to see is that what possibly happened, but it's looking that way because I know how these things work. I know how television works. So I'm thinking possibly that they just told Skip Bayless they just wasn't going to renew his contract in August. And I just think they let him look for another job. And, hey, it is what it is. But anyway, man, like I said, man, go check out the video. I think it's called Stephen A. Smith trying to get his black card back. And the video got put out in November 2015, and he hinted something, towards the end of the video. So all this stuff may have been in works. I think he may have knew for a while about this stuff with Skip Bayless. So, we'll see what's up, man. I'm out.